Yay, it's your boy. What if we were like that? Like that was our persona.
I don't know if I can match your energy.
I don't know if I could match that energy. I'm already exhausted. I'm oof.
Dear 2 hours of that? No. No.
God no. So. God no. Yeah, we're back. Welcome, 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 everybody. It's the DrawBomb show where we draw. That's it. Period.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's not a lie either. It's very true.
It's accurate.
Very true.
We do talk. We do. Sometimes I don't draw. Sometimes I just chat. But
sure. Well, we do multiple things, but drawing is one of them.
Drawing is, I would say, the main attempt.
It's one of the big ones.
Yeah. Brandon.
Yes, Ian.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I thought you were gonna ask me if I had anything to plug.
I know we're starting to like. I feel like if we bookend every episode with like a little bit of that cadence, I feel like yeah, it creates like a nice symmetry. I'm a big fan of bookends.
People know it's coming.
Exactly, and they can kind of feel the rhythm of the show that way. It's the rhythm of the show.
Oh, show! Oh, yeah.
I do like that song actually. It's a very great song to dance to, and I bring that up, Brandon, because I was at a wedding yesterday.
Oh, and I know what you do at weddings. I've seen it firsthand.
And you know what? I'm so thrilled to say the entire table I was at, that was their vibe too. Like my whole table.
Cool. So you weren't alone out there.
No, I had a whole crew, and it was so fun. I know that you were busy doing wedding stuff, and I know you would have been my crew. I mean, you were my crew. Like you hung out.
I danced quite a bit.
You did dance quite a bit.
When I had time to get out there.
But you know, you had like when you're the groom at a wedding, you have to fulfill some wedding duties.
You have to say hello to your aunts, or else they'll be mad at you at Christmas.
Exactly.
Say hello to all those aunts, or else they'll be mad.
They'll be so mad they won't send you no more Christmas cards with little
checks.
Yeah, exactly. Did you make any aunts mad at your wedding? Did you happen to?
No, I made the rounds. I did a good job. Everybody got a piece. Your
wedding went very smoothly.
I know.
Especially for something I was involved with, you know.
Nah, you were part of it.
I'm happy I was.
It was good.
Oh, thank you.
But no, yeah, just because there's so many moving parts, I was expecting something to go like wrong at some point, and it didn't. It kind of just went perfect.
Without a hitch. I can't think of one thing that went wrong. Honestly,
we got Lizaze in the chat. Howdy,
Lizaze.
Welcome. Good to have you.
Good to have you. Welcome to the show. Here we are. Yeah. I was at a wedding yesterday. Old roommate. He got married over COVID, like in 2020.
Okay.
They couldn't have the wedding, so they got married, and then this was like their chance to throw the reception, and that's like what it was. It was like a cocktail hour. There was no procession. It was just cocktail hour, and then reception, and it was as if the wedding had happened earlier, but it didn't. And I was like, yeah, all right, I respect that.
It was more of a focus on the fun part.
Exactly. It was the part that everyone looks forward to at the wedding. You know, no one looks forward. I mean, I do a little bit. I look forward to seeing the official matrimony happen. I think that when it's not, especially your guys, because your guys was very short. It was just about the wedding. There wasn't like a religious aspect to it. And I enjoyed that. And so, you know, your wedding was... Sometimes, like, I've been to a couple weddings, like family members and stuff like that, where it was like we had church at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And
it
was
big
like,
time. I mean, Catholic weddings are like,
yeah,
they include a full like sermon in the service.
Yeah.
Like, it's like an actual church service.
You're like, it's Saturday though. Like, shouldn't we wait till tomorrow? And they're like,
it's
nope.
not
and
the Sabbath.
Nope, and you're gonna go tomorrow too. You're gonna go today and you're gonna go tomorrow. So yeah, I'm thankful when weddings don't include that. And this, I mean, I don't know, I don't think it did. So I think the wedding was just like, we would have seen the wedding pretty much. It probably would have been similar to yours if they had actually had the wedding, but they'd already had it. So it was like a little, like, well, it was just them.
That's fun. I'm glad they still got to do their reception. Like,
yeah, like that. It was very cool. Nice. It was very cool to see him. I feel like it was nice to see, because I know Mikey Mayo, that's the person whose wedding I was at. You know, he's struggled with just a lot of things, I think, and seeing him sort of like with a person who he's very happy with, who he's clearly still happy with. Like, it's also interesting to have the reception like 2 years after the wedding has already happened, because you're like, sure. Oh, okay. So because you're like, you know, there are some weddings you go to and it's just like, oh god, this is a mistake.
Yeah, you're like, I guess we'll enjoy some food and dancing, but
it feels awkward because you're like, you know, and I'm not, I can't actually say I've been to any of those personally. I just know that those are things that people have gone to, or I've catered them at least. Yeah. And overheard things. But yeah, it's interesting to go to a wedding and then it's like 2 years later, and so you're just like, oh yeah, no, they were serious. Yeah, they're they're rocking. Yeah,
they've already, you know, they've already put the time in. They know that it works.
Exactly. Which, so it makes it very interesting to like, I didn't think about it during the wedding, but I thought about, or the reception, I guess, but I thought about it like leading up to it. I was kind of like, oh, it's interesting that, like, we know they're good so far. And if anything, yeah, if they're still like happy and like, you know, willing to go through the reception 2 years after, I'd say they're doing good. Like, they're not, you know,
they're on the right track.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like that's cool. Other. Yeah,
that's great.
I think everyone should. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Z Newt's in the chat. Leviathan Den as well. Welcome.
Boy. Welcome everybody.
DrawBomb community.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think everyone should throw a reception during the wedding, and then they should throw another reception 2 years after. You know what I mean?
Fuck no. I will never spend that money on a party again. I'm glad I did. It was fun, but the idea in the back of my head that kept making it justifiable is like, okay, this is a one-time thing, and then
this is a one-time thing.
We're never doing this again. So
do you think
we'll go all out this time?
Do you think people who are on their like second or third marriage throw receptions? Usually
they do, but usually it's a lot
more scaled back.
Scaled back, unless they're just like loaded. Then who
true,
cares, you know.
True.
But for normies, all second or third weddings. I don't think I've ever been to a third wedding.
No.
Maybe I have. I don't know if I have.
Nothing against
every
second
wedding I've been to has been. No, it's not. I'm not saying this has nothing to do with like.
Yeah, I'm not
something against them. I'm just saying the ones I've been to have been a little more chill. Like,
yeah,
like a little more like smaller, scaled back.
Yeah, and
makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. What layer did I draw this on? Oh my gosh.
I have this robot that I animated when we used different software, and now I'm trying to like break it apart into pieces so that I can use it in our new stuff. But I can't wrap my head around how to do that.
I think we can still use the old software for the robot because it doesn't really have any mouth, really. Like, it's got like, I don't know. Like you were just gonna have it play.
If you're okay with that.
Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. I mean, we could set it up like with the same exact puppet setup, and that just makes it like
one less. I just want Your to Life to be a nightmare, like running all these different programs and stuff.
No, I mean, what would it run through? We were gonna run it through VideoTube, right?
It just runs through Discord, right? Yeah.
Or were we gonna do the Discord puppet, or were we gonna do VideoTube? Because yeah, I mean, it's not even necessary for the like, because VideoTube is just like more accurate, I guess. It's just got like a sharper.
Does VideoTube have idle animation?
Yeah, it's got idle animation. You can even set a blink animation, so you know you can set like a little like an animation to kind of break up the idle animation, and it'll kind of play that every once in a while.
All right then.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll just do that.
I mean, you don't have to do that because that's an extra step and everything, but
Not
that
really.
is there.
It's actually less steps because I already made the puppet.
Perfect. So yeah, just use the video tube, and I think we'll be good to go.
Cool.
Hi to everyone in the chat, by the way. I didn't personally address them, but they're here for both of us, not just you. Up there.
Thrilled you're here. Thrilled they're all here.
They're all thrilled. I'm poking the bottom of your box. Is that weird that I'm poking your box?
Don't poke my box. Don't do it.
I'm poking your box, bro. Gosh, what are we doing? What is our life?
I don't know. We're creating a show. We're trying to make a show.
We are doing it. We are creating a show, folks. That's what we're doing right now. It's not our usual type of episode. We are creating a show.
Last like month about we've been working on that.
Yeah.
But gosh, the savings are going to be passed on to you. You're going to love it.
You're going to like the way you watch our show.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it. Yeah, I'm excited for us to finally have this thing put together.
Me too. Getting close.
Yeah. Almost there. It's almost August. We kind of said, you know, we would try and make those deadlines coincide, and I'm happy with the extent to which we've done that.
Mm-hmm.
I think doing these
some other stuff too. So.
Yeah, I mean we've kept busy.
Yeah.
I am very fond of how Unfinished Hits turned out, even though it's like our least watched video ever.
Is it?
It's bad. It's not good. Nobody wanted this. We gotta go back to the video game and movie well, bro. we gotta pander to the fucking masses.
I feel like we should just keep following our own.
No, I completely agree.
Interests, and then hope, you know.
Yeah. It would be funny to make a Diablo short, but I don't have any ideas for a Diablo short. Plus, I think that opportunity is past. I think Diablo's old news.
I don't think so. If you had a good enough idea, I don't think it's past yet. But
fair. You know, you're right. You're right.
I know I'm right. That's why I said it.
He said it. He knew it.
Let's see here. Downloading video too.
Yeah. I can send it your way if that makes your life easier.
No, I already.
Okay, nice.
Go through the steps.
VideoTuber, if I remember correctly, is more like pleasantly set up. I wish I could I wish I could reskin.
And it's still getting updates, so that's also a thing.
Wish I could redo the layout for Honk, or like the HUD, the UI is what I'm thinking of, the user interface.
Yeah.
Because
Honk has like one really good feature that's causing us to use it, but other than that, it's kind of like it's like abandonware almost.
Yeah, it is abandonware, I think, because just nobody's seen like an update for.
I don't think we guys working on it anymore. I think openly. He's like,
yeah.
No, I'm done.
Yeah, I think so. Which means we gotta make this YouTube channel pop off, bro, so that we can pay somebody to. Or I can talk to Glint. I don't know. I don't know the real name, but I know him as Glint, and they're the guy who's like.
That's probably his real name.
Yeah. Glint
Johnson.
Glint, maybe it's his last name, like John Glint. John Glint. That sounds like an action movie star name right there, doesn't it?
That's his name.
John Glint. It's sort of like John Glenn, so he has to be an astronaut. John Glint, the alien fucker. He fucks aliens.
Is that what he did?
Not John Glenn, John Glint.
Oh,
see, I'm already sowing those seeds of doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Glint. What were we talking about? The show, I
don't
guess.
know. Yes. Show.
Um.
Sorry, I'm like assembling puppets while
that's
trying
okay.
to talk. That's all good.
Well,
But yeah.
We're working on the show. What I'm excited for, Brandon, is when we're done making this episode, and then when like we record it, I'm excited for us to start working on episode 2.
Yeah, I am too. Actually.
I am no, but it's funny to think about. Like, all right, on to the next.
It won't be as long for the next one. This is like we're getting the infrastructure set up, so it's different.
True. Yeah.
Once it's like VideoTube is different. I figured this out. Okay, but
if you need help, let me know. I think I still
next one
remember
won't be
it.
as difficult.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that like I still need to make. Like I need to make the theme song. We got to figure out. I think we should just do like I think maybe we talked about this last time, but just doing like a title, like we were talking about before, doing a whole intro animation maybe, and I'm thinking maybe we just do like a 5-second logo, music sting.
Yes. Yeah, something more simple for now at least.
Yeah,
If
I
we
think
wanna
that just
do more in the future we can.
Yeah, I think that plays better in general to YouTube anyways. People don't want to sit like through and I mean we were going to change up the animation all the time for the little intro, but yeah, we can worry about that later, you know. It's fine. Oh, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page on that. How's my horsey looking?
He looks unamused.
Yeah, I was trying to just kind of make him look very
Like, you entertained, horsey? And he says, nay.
My horse is Scottish, so when I asked that, he said, "I am nay entertained."
That's what he says? Okay.
I am nay entertained.
I don't know. Could you explain that to me? I'm not sure I understand.
You want me to? Do I gotta break it down? Okay, so people
Break it
in
down step by
Scotland, they have an accent. Okay.
What?
And yeah, no,
What's
it's
an
crazy.
accent? Explain that now.
Okay, so sometimes people talk different.
Okay.
Then.
All right, now I understand the accent.
Yeah, that's it. That's the long and the short of it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people talk different.
True. Sometimes they do.
I am not entertained. All right, I think I got enough of this. I don't think I gotta. This horse is fine.
Great horse.
A good horse right there. If I had to
Alright, cool.
say good job to a horse drawing, I would say good job. Sorry, what were we gonna say?
Boys. I'm just looking at. I might come back to this robot because if I can, I'm just looking at what else I have to check off.
Okay, I see.
Okay. So it's the robot, the cowboy. That's what we still got. Then we got man on street segment and guest interview. Right?
Yeah. I did do about 6 puppets for Man on the Street.
Right.
I figure we could use
interview.
Cliff Knightley. Have like a,
I think we should.
Yeah.
I think we should.
Cool. And you can even play him as Cliff Knightley. Like, let's just pretend like Dr. Catastrophe is the non-canon ending. You know what I mean?
Or this is a prequel. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. But I used Dr. Catastrophe in that one episode of Critter Cam. And I kind of like that because we're kind of like setting up this shared universe.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of why the next episode will go quicker, is because if we can drop in characters that make sense into certain spots, Well, I'm gonna do it. God damn.
Damn right, you're damn right.
I'll do it, you son of a bitch.
I'll fucking do it, bro.
So, okay. Maybe I'll work on some guests.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like, we can set up a catalog of different guests so that we can have just them ready to go. We're future proofing.
You got them right, we are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That. We also have the on my screen. I have the set. We have that green screen TV, so we could even like drop stuff in there pretty easily, like whatever we want.
Like
that'd be a funny thing to play with.
We do some improv.
We almost need like one more third person, like pulling some strings while we're improvising.
I know, right?
I mean, it's gotta be difficult for you to do everything.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm also yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
I don't know how it wouldn't be.
But I'm getting the hang of it, I think. I do think.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely good at it. It's a lot, I imagine.
Yeah. Sometimes I forget to do the zoom ins. Which is fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
And plus, zoom in every now and then.
Yeah. And plus, with the fact that like I can feed audio, like with the way I figured out how to like feed audio into Honk and this and that, I think when it comes to like editing it in post, I'm like confident that like any sort of mistakes in like camera work and this and that, I can at least I have tools to do some post-production fixing after like everything's said and done. If it comes down to that, you know what I mean? But like it's nice to have the take, like the animation that's live is super good and is gonna make up most of it, but then having that you know, footage, that like ability afterward.
Totally.
I've said what I'm gonna say. I can shut the fuck up right now. You know,
say more.
Just say that thing you've got going over.
Z-Newts, by the way, says if you guys need a third wheel, I got that scorpion and a few other critters for the cam, and I made a puppet for one of your skits. Hell yeah! I mean, we definitely will take you up on that sometime. So we'll definitely include our friends. From time to time.
Wow. The hope is, crazy Kyle. Does this streak make you feel old? 36 months. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It makes me feel very old. It makes the show feel old.
We started this show when I was just a baby.
Yeah. If you go back to episode 1, we're like 8-year-olds just going Google Gaga.
That's right.
That's the noises 8-year-olds make.
Speaking of
known Brandon this
chat
long now,
for
Kyle.
Yeah, sorry about that. Feelings mutual though, so if that makes you feel any better.
Sorry, you were saying
miserable. Yeah, so we want some characters to like be a guest on the late night show. And we have some ideas written down, but if anybody in the chat has ideas they want to throw out for just like, I mean, it could be anything like a local baker or like, you know, like a local like pet wrangler or
just a car salesman,
somebody with a book or a celebrity or anything. We can do all that. So.
Yeah, getting some puppets for interviewers would be cool to have. It will be nice because since you'll be the host of the show, I mean, we will cut to like Keys Bennett saying something, and I will kind of be like the second voice, kind of piping in and stuff like that. But since you're the host, it does give me chances to like step off my gas a little bit and just focus on getting the show going and stuff like that. If I feel like, you know, you've got things covered, but you know, I won't ever.
Especially if I'm interviewing somebody who's not you, then you can just like fully.
Exactly.
Pull strings.
Which will be great. I'm looking. I think this format's going to be very cool. I think it's going to be interesting the first go around for sure.
Yeah. It'll be a little clumsy for a while.
Yeah. But don't worry, we'll fix it in post. I'm post.
You live in post. Lazeza says, loving the cowboy.
Thank you very much.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw!
And Xenu says, I saw your Google Doc.
Sorry, I made him lips. I don't know if it looked like.
Oh, I understand. Okay.
Yeehaw!
That's what he does.
That's what it's gonna be like, basically. Sorry, go ahead.
Xenut's set up skeletons in a crypt. Well, that's cool. I want to see that. And wanted to do a witch for the one idea about the coven. Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. Like if we have like some witches just like around a big like boiling pot, just like chatting about whatever.
Oh yeah. Was that an idea we wrote down in the document?
I'm assuming so. I don't remember writing it down, but that's what it sounds like from what Xenut's is saying.
Cool.
I just like looked at the doc and then like was like, oh, I'll make one of those, or wants to.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I did a lot of idea vomiting out there. Like I would just like. Just like if
I've been referring to it though now, so it was helpful.
I'm glad. Yeah, that makes me very happy that I put in that time and effort.
You did it.
I did it. All on the free version because I figured out a hack. I didn't figure out a hack. There's just like I can get unlimited notes in like those weird like
you can get a million notes.
Dude, a million. I just gotta use them as headers. Mila, no, bro, damn you, you son. Mila noted rap line. She was a Resident Evil, so I had to Mila note a bitch. I don't know, man.
Good job.
Good night, everybody.
I need to get my soundboard working again so I can.
Good job. Oh, that'd be a great. That'd be a great sound for the soundboard.
Yeah, it would be.
I got one for this moment just now.
That's
yeah. Downloaded a lot of sounds from Banjo-Kazooie. I downloaded all the
sounds over there
from Banjo-Kazooie.
He's like. When I say a lot, I mean every one they had.
Every single one.
There you go. That's a good cowboy sound.
That is a cowboy sound. That's a very good cowboy sound.
It's transcended that into just being an everything sound, but
yes,
started as a cowboy sound.
It's so weird. I've seen like serious movies have a Wilhelm scream, and it's
yeah, it's everywhere.
It's like, dog, read the room. The Wilhelm scream is a joke. If you're gonna put that in like a serious scene, like unless I'm supposed to like have a moment of levity, which probably not. But it's like it takes me out of it when I'm watching a serious scene. And I hear Wilhelm.
What did I just hear it in? Oh, we've been watching the Twilight movies, and there's one in the second one.
Hilarious. And I bet it wasn't supposed to be
I laughed
funny.
and nobody else in the room. No, it wasn't. Nobody else in the room, I think, knows about it, or at least maybe they would if I like drew attention to it. But I just didn't want to be that guy that because I feel like I do that every time I hear one. Like, oh, everyone Wilhelm, and everybody's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, never mind, just shut up.
Yeah, it's weird being like having knowledge of those things, like those very niche things, and then like sort of losing, like maybe just like being around people or interacting with people who are also aware, and then like being in normal society, and then like, you know, you have all of this like sort of inside information, you just sort of assume that everyone has. You're like, oh hey, the Wilhelm scream. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about, you freak? Get out of here.
Why is this person so aggressive?
Kick you over and over again.
Oh my god, who are you hanging out with? You need better friends.
I don't know. They're nice guys when, you know, you get to know them.
I got like that reaction too, but I mean, in their defense, it was a family watching a movie on their couch, and I said it through the window. I was on the window, so like, hey, that was the Wilhelm scream. They're like, oh Jesus, who are you?
Yeah. They're nice guys when you get to know them. I'd just really like to get to know them though.
I haven't gotten to know them yet. But,
yeah. I'm sure they're nice when you get to know them. Kyle asks if you were...
I'm making this creepy.
This is how I imagine people in the UK saw me, but I think they just saw me as an idiot. That was probably in reference to something we had referred to at that moment. Quick, let's go back. I got it. I got it.
Well,
moving on.
Oh, okay. Cool. Crazy Kyle says, am I Team Edward or Team Jacob? Okay, so we've been making a point of every time we finish a movie to have like a discussion, like a book club discussion to see which team we're on. After the first, I've only seen 2 so far. Everybody else in the group has seen them all. I'm the only one who hasn't seen any of them.
Damn.
So we are just watched the second one. After the first one, I was Team Edward because Jacob didn't really show up in the first one. He was not really there yet.
There was no team Jacob.
Jacob is like, hey, how's it going? And then he like casually mentions something about vampires, and that's basically it. He's not really there yet. He's around, but he's not. So it's hard for him to get a vote at that point.
I kind of picture him like walking up being like, hey, how's it going, Bella? Aren't werewolves weird? Okay, see you later, gotta go. That's all he does.
Not far off. And so even though, yeah, whatever. Anyways, Edward wins by default, movie 1. Movie 2, every character is unlikable. They're all basically acting out of the like abusive relationship like handbook, like everything, all the things that like literally the whole plot of the second one is Edward thinks Bella died, so he's going to kill himself, and she has to get there to stop him from committing suicide. So basically the whole thing's like the romantic part is supposed to be like, I'm going to kill myself if I can't be with you type thing. Like the whole
that's gross.
Like kind of Romeo and Juliet-esque shit, but like
ew,
weirder. Yeah, exactly. So everyone's very unlikable. But I'm Team Jacob. He's a little bit more normal in the second one. But he also sucks. Like Edward calls and he's like, Bella's dead. Because he knows he's gonna kill himself, so he's like straight up lying to him, so he'll like murder himself.
Oh my god.
They're all bad people, and some of them are dogs, and some of them are bats.
It's a great analysis right there.
So we'll see what happens in movie 3, but right now I have switched teams. I'm a dog person now.
Alrighty, Rooney. Dogs. Kyle says fuck off Edward all day. Edward all day.
It's all right, but I mean Edward was pretty. He breaks up with her in the beginning of the movie because he's like, I don't like you anymore, and then at the end he's like, I did that to protect you, but then also like he thought she died, so he was gonna murder him. He was gonna kill himself.
There's a lot of movies.
Their relationship.
There's a lot of movies where it's like, here's a beautiful romantic relationship, and then you watch it and it's like, this is abuse. This is not okay.
Everything in the relationship was straight up like abuse. And then also like all the werewolf people act like they're on steroids, like they just get like mad for no reason. So he's like Jacob's just like picking fights with random people.
So are they kind of like, they're like the werewolves in What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah. Pretty much. That's they like hang out in like packs. But it's funny because their packs, they have like, they all look the same. They all are wearing jean shorts and no shirt, and they just run around in the woods together like little like.
That's like, so weird.
Like 19-year-old like guys like with all wearing the same shorts and no shirt running around in the woods. It's pretty fun.
It's like that's like in a challenge to like outdo the homoeroticism of the Lost Boys. And it's like it's winning.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Way more homoerotic. It's a strange thing.
It's very strange.
And then what's that one? Let me look up his name. There's this one guy who's like, I mean, okay, so before I say this, there's a lot of people in the movie that are actually good at acting. They just don't do it in the movie, so I
just
have to
cashing a
assume it's just
paycheck.
like. I also have to assume it's a lot of a directing and editing and writing issue, because I know a lot of these people can act, but there's this one guy, and I'm trying to remember the actor's name.
Robert Pattinson being an example of that, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. But let me look up this guy's name.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it.
Go for it. Go for it. Ha ha ha. I don't know why I'm laughing like Tommy Wiseau now. But apparently I always laugh like Tommy Wiseau. You guys. Go for it, go for it. Boy, I can't wait.
Michael Sheen. Duh. Michael Sheen.
Oh,
he was a Doctor Who. He was right, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
At one point.
I don't know if he was Doctor Who, but
I thought he was one of the Who's.
He might have been. I stopped paying attention after they changed to Matt Smith, not because I didn't like Matt Smith or anything like that, but I just sort of just fell out of it.
Maybe he wasn't. I think I might be wrong.
I think those episodes.
Rabbit hole.
Okay.
But either way, there's a scene where he shows up and he's just like, everybody's just like phoning it in, barely like acting, and then he's like actually acting, and he's just like, you're like, oh, I forgot I was watching.
Right, he plays the head vampire dude, right?
Yeah, he's like in charge of like the vampiric council or whatever it's called. But he's all so like weird. Crazy eyes, and he's like really acting when everybody else isn't. And good job, Michael Sheen.
Hey, you know, you gotta respect. Well, here's the thing: it's easy to act good and be the villain, because you just gotta be like a fucking. You just gotta eat up the scene.
Play it crazy.
You gotta just like ham it up, and that's like what you gotta do. And like everyone's like, wow, you did such a good job, and it's just like I just went nuts, and because I'm the only, like, the villain is almost always the only character who's actually interesting in like a bad script, because you know, if anyone's gonna be interesting, it might be the villain, because you know, they're just an evil guy.
Well, he is. So
this horse looks so fucked
up.
I'm looking up horses.
Little pointy butt.
Oh yeah, I guess I did give him a little pointy ass. They're much more tape. They do this thing, bro. They taper.
But yeah, so that's how Twilight's going. I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
Very nice.
There's just the like, some of the choices are so funny. I guess is a better way to put it. Really entertaining, because you're just like, why did you do this? Like, there's literally one scene where Jacob comes to see Bella, and she's like, I'll go open the door, and he's like, no need. And then he does this like parkour up to her window, but they make it look so stupid, and he's like floating around on a wire like from the tree to the house, and I'm like,
oh boy.
It wasn't even that high. It was like maybe like 8 feet high. It's like, pay a guy to do parkour for a scene. Like, it's actually doable. Like, this looks weird. He's just floating around on a wire.
That's so weird.
And then there's this thing they do in all the movies where when they're running,
oh, I hate the running effect.
They're basically on like a people mover at the airport while they're running. Yeah. So they're like, their feet are going, but they're moving way faster than their feet are going. So it looks super weird.
It looks so bad. It looks so bad when they run in those movies. It's crazy.
Big fan.
I'm excited to hear that you're having a good time with those movies, because somebody should. I gotta get this horse leg right. Why am I doing this to myself? What the fuck is wrong with me? Why am I drawing the whole ass horse anyways?
That horse.
Why am I drawing a horse? Answer me. They delayed Life by You. It's not coming out this year anymore. I'm very sad.
So sorry. Very sorry, Ian.
I know. I was very excited. Although here's the thing. I saw they did like a 20-minute gameplay video, just like the creator of the game playing the game for 20 minutes. And I was like, this looks great, but it's definitely not finished. And but I understood, you know, it's coming out in early access anyways, and I was like, yeah, this is early access.
Yeah.
And like it was like the week after they released that gameplay video that they were like, hey, so we heard what everyone was saying. And yeah, we think we're gonna delay the release of the early access till like I think it's March now.
Okay.
Which is a ways away.
But you want it to be good.
Yeah, I'm actually totally okay with this. Like, I'm bummed, obviously, but you know, I just hope that you know, whatever commentary the directors got wasn't too harsh or anything like that. Because I thought, you know, what they showed off looked decent. I just thought it looked, you know, it was definitely in progress. So yeah, the game's gonna be delayed, and I'm sad about it, but respectful. And that's it. That's my take.
Gotcha.
Sorry, as I was trying to like finish that whole story up, I was also trying to figure out how to draw a horse leg, and by golly, I think I found it.
You feel like you did it?
No, but you know, we're getting there.
I'm figuring out my character. I'm making for the couch.
Okay, cool. Now this first character is going to be voiced by our special guest, I think. Or not the first character you make, but a character.
I was gonna say, it doesn't have to be necessarily this one, but
yeah, we can let him choose which one he wants to be.
Yeah.
Giving him a nice little... I'll try and come up with
can
like
also decide what they are, if he wants, like, what their job is.
Yeah, I think we should have one at the ready, but we'll also be like, hey, what do you feel like this guy should be? And then if he's like, I don't know, and why don't you tell me? And I'll be like, well, what if they're this guy? We wrote this down.
I was kind of thinking, it doesn't, I mean, he could have either one. Well, we'll see what the other one looks like, but right now this guy, I know Matt Fritzler wanted to do like a guy promoting his book, and I could be this guy, potentially.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'd love to have Matt on the show. That'd be great. Yeah. That's a lot of fun. Kyle is spitting game in the chat. He says, I'm talking about horse legs, and he's like, you want me to take my pants off for reference, Ian? And then he says, show you my horse leg. And, you know?
I never knew he was part horse.
Yeah, who could have guessed? Half man, half horse. Man, horses are freaking weird looking, dude.
They are. I was just hanging out with a horse recently.
You were?
Morgan's mom has a horse. And I was over there. And I'm normally like kind of... it's probably funny to a lot of people, but I'm normally a little intimidated by them because they're gigantic. And I have no experience with horses. So like, you know, I don't think anyone's comfortable around a large beast that they know nothing about. But anyways, I've met the horse a few times now, so I was a little more comfortable this last time, and the horse was being very funny. It was like getting right in my face, like sniffing and stuff. But I don't know. Their horse is very like sweet, so it's like rubby and affectionate and stuff like that. So
gotcha.
That also makes it less scary.
I'm going to sneeze.
No, you better not.
All right, I sneezed, and we're back. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't picture myself feeling very comfortable around a horse. I do like have it instilled in my head. Number one, do not stand behind a horse at any point, because
right, that's true.
That will kill you. And two, do not let a horse fuck you. I've also learned that.
That will also kill you.
That will kill you as well.
Oh boy. All right, so don't stand behind a horse, and don't let a horse stand behind you. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. Always stay
It's
to
all
the side
about
of
where
a
you are
horse.
in regards to the horse.
Location. Actually, just location. The left or the right side of the horse. That's kind of its weak spots. Do you think a horse feels uncomfortable with anything standing at its side? Because it's just like, that's my fucking weak spot, dude. I can't do shit over there.
Maybe if it doesn't trust you.
Yeah, true. I mean, obviously, if it trusts a person, it won't be so. What if I like walked to the side of a horse and I was like, me, little grim?
Yeah, it looked like, yeah. Dude, you should try it sometime. See what.
And then like
happens.
circle strafe the horse like a fucking boss fight in a video game.
You're gonna get kicked in the head. Is what you're gonna do.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. And then stomped on.
They're crack shot. They're crack shot with those feet.
I imagine so. I pictured like they could hit like a target.
Your head would be the target.
Yeah. And it would act like a watermelon. It would be like
Yeah, I think that would go over well. Actually, I think you should definitely try
I'm
that.
gonna give it a shot. Welcome, folks, to my YouTube channel. Here we go. Today we're gonna fuck with a horse. But we are not letting the horse fuck.
With us. Can't have that. Definitely can't have that.
None of that. No more, Brad. What? I don't know. What's up with Brad? Why did Brad do that?
Brad shouldn't have done that.
Brad should not have done that. R.I.P. The guy was like acting like Brad was in the room though. How does that? Wait, is Brad in the room? Is Brad a goat?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I'm just talking crazy. Drawing a horse is hard, you guys. I hate it. I don't like it. This is like when we decided to draw a comic about fucking boats.
We never got to the page where they fuck a boat, but
yeah, but we don't let the boat fuck us. You know what's funny is I heard it when I said it, and I knew you were gonna make that joke, but I was gonna let you make it. You know, I did that for you. You're so welcome.
You're a friend. You're a real friend.
What can I say? Sometimes I feel a little selfish and I steal a lot of jokes out from under you. So I thought.
I mean,
you know,
I do the same to you as well.
That's also true.
It's all.
That's
we're
also
all
true.
willing to step on each other's head to try to get a laugh.
That's right. Yeah, we're like just busting through the door, like trying to be the first to be like, "That's what she said."
You could tell because we're like not subtle about like when we have something to say. We're just like the microphone as fast as possible.
There is a cadence that we both I think have that is our own, I think, for when we're like, it's like when we're saying a normal sentence, we say we have like one cadence and like delivery, and I think this is for everybody. And then when we're saying a sentence not meant to be taken seriously, I feel like you have a cadence that you have to your voice, a little sing-song to it, being like, I have a joke, let me tell you, da, 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 da. Not like that actually, but that's sort of like what the cadence implies. And I do too. I have like a cadence where I sort of, that I think lets on, at least I hope, to the fact that I am about to give a funny haha.
Nah, I think all our viewers think everything you say is very serious.
Very serious. I'm a very serious person, famously so. So, you know, and I was deadly serious when I was talking about doing the gremlin thing to a horse. That was not a bit. That was not a joke. It's happening. That was a serious movement I was making.
And also, when you do the gremlin thing, do it while like crawling around on all fours. Like be low to the ground.
Like I'm a spider human, you know?
Yeah, like take your t-shirt and like just have your face sticking through the neck hole.
Like a
cornholio type thing.
Yeah.
And then run around on all fours near the horse's feet.
Get this on camera
while making that noise. Yeah, I mean,
no,
be viral. That's for sure.
Yeah, look, guys, we don't get paid.
You would die.
I would die.
But it would
not
go
like
viral.
I meant like just do the crawl thing on the floor right here, but we don't get paid enough for me to debase myself for that. Although Kyle did just give us money.
There are no horses around. It's not wasted.
This is true. There are no horses around. I can't do my gremlin movement without a horse.
Working on this guest here.
I like it. I like this guest.
Okay.
I like the direction you went with it.
I've been a lot of my character designs anymore are just like start with a weird shape and then slowly like morph it into a person, and it's very fun for me.
Yeah.
Whether or not the end result is like effective or not, I don't know, but it's fun. I'm having fun.
I did a community post on YouTube to see if it works with the algorithm and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that I did a thing that was I posted choose your fighter, and it was like an image poll, and it was 4 character options, and I just picked like the buffest dudes we had, as like the people who you would want to pick in like a fighting game, like as your fighter. Yeah. And I realized like after I had posted it that like they were all your characters, like all you except for one. No, it was your character too.
Why are all my characters buff?
You draw a lot of buff character. Like if you go to our DrawBomb YouTube page right now and you go to like the posts, you'll see it.
I'll look at it. I guess I do. I think it's
fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Fun. I don't know. It's like maybe my love of like wrestling and stuff or something to make like these weird characters. I think it's just I'm curious to see it now. I'm actually gonna go look.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see like who they all are.
I talked with Lord Spew about this before, and he also said he draws really buff dudes a lot, and it's because he
grew up with like action figures and.
He's such a fan of Dragon Ball Z that he's like that's like what his inspiration is, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And if you think about it, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, what does he draw?
Buff guys.
Buff dudes. So if you want the secret to success, secret to success.
Okay, so in my defense, one of these is buff only because of the buff filter on the goggles.
Yeah.
One of them is a barbarian in D&D. So he should be. One of them was supposed to be a bro who's talking about like going to the gym and shit. So he should be. And then there's the chief, which is just like I just wanted to make him like a wall man. He's a wall of man with a face on it.
Exactly. So there's no judgment on my part. It's just something I noticed. I was like, oh, look at all. And then like I looked at, like when I first started the poll, I was trying to like get a mix of your characters and my characters. So I had like Dr. Catastrophe, and I had Cliff Knightley, which to be fair, Cliff Knightley, who you designed, not very buff.
That's true.
But like, I don't think I've made any like buff characters at all for our things. I don't think I guess I just don't see
drawing muscles is fun, and also, I don't know, it's just fun to draw.
Yeah, no, I agree. Here's the thing: if it's not for the show, I've drawn buff dudes for like projects, commissions, and things like that. Like I am not. I have drawn a buff dude or two. Why are people acting like I haven't drawn a buff dude every once in a while?
Back to the horse things. It says Ian gotta act like that thing that walked through Tim Robinson's doggy door.
Oh my god! At first I thought monsters was real.
For 15 seconds, I thought there were monsters on the world.
Yeah, that's what he says. Yeah, thank you for correcting me.
No, I mean I think he says like both or something.
Oh, but, I was trying to go for the line you were saying.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's just what, a pig with a
fucking Richard Nixon mask.
Richard Nixon mask on it.
Wild stuff.
I saw that thing.
The way his sketches go off the rails. Like they never like the thing is, I love his sketches because they don't just like, first of all, there's like with the sentences, there is a cadence to them. You start out with like a very normal situation, and then the switch is flipped, and then it starts to go insane. And that's this. And like, so when you're watching a sketch, it's fun to be like, look at this normal situation. This is a very interesting and not at all strange seeming normal situation. I can't wait to see how insane this gets, because it's always going to get weirder than you expected.
Yeah, that's one of the big themes. I think the other big theme is the sketch starts with him seeming like the craziest person in the room, and then by the end of it, it's like everybody is aligned with him except for one other character who you thought was the norm. Like the straight man always gets turned into like the outcast by the end of it.
Yeah, I do also appreciate that. It's like the mud pie episode where it's like the Christmas
or like the whole like
the studio audience
testing one where they're he starts with the one guy who keeps asking for really weird things in the car, and by the end he's like the most popular guy there.
Yeah. The Ruben Rabasa sketch, that's the one you're talking about. The also featuring cars, the episode where it's the studio audience and he starts like shouting things into the microphone. And by the end they're all like on his side.
Yeah, that happens like often, like half the sketches, I feel like.
I enjoy that too, because you also don't know when. Sometimes it doesn't, and so it's like you're always like things can always get weirder, you know.
Yeah, you never know where it's gonna go, which is part of what makes it really fun, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a great formula. I mean, it works. I you know, the bones are their money. The bones are their money, so are the worms. Yeah, that one. That one's such a classic, and I think that one has such a rock solid idea, like at the core of the sketch. It's so funny, just like because like we've all seen a million. It's like basically it could have been a scene in Walk Hard.
They had something similar to that, but different. I like this better.
Yeah. I like this, but I mean, Walk Hard is a classic in my opinion. Very underrated movie. But because, and I think Walk Hard is a classic because like it hits all of the tropes of a biopic movie, like every single one.
Exactly, yeah.
And so you know that
every joke is based on something you've seen already by another movie.
Yeah, and it's just like even if you're not like a biopic watcher, you've seen this pattern in like just so many movies. So it's funny that they use that trope as like one of the Tim Robinson sketches, but just like the idea of sort of playing that trope straight, and then there's another guy who's just not on the same page.
Yeah,
it's so funny. It's so good.
That's great.
And he's just got the weirdest fucking song. They pull
it's
your
weird.
hair
It's
up
super
and
weird, but
out.
it's super weird, and like how confident he is about it is what makes it funny. But at the same time, it's like that's what it would be like if any of these movies were realistic, where it was like, all right, just go along with it. Like,
yeah,
it would come out shitty as hell. It would come out super weird. It's not a doable thing.
Yeah, it's okay. I will say I've been around musicians. If you set a key for the song, they can provide backup pretty quick. It's not
true. You can
it's not completely unbelievable.
Jam.
What's unbelievable is when people start singing other like lyrics to the song.
They sing the backup lines and stuff.
Exactly.
That's what always happens in the movies.
Yeah, unless they're repeating it immediately after the guy just said it, like going like he says like, "Oh, set my pants on fire, sort of thing. Like it's otherwise I don't believe it, you know. But that's like a bottomless well, I think, for sketches, is like take this movie trope and then like play it like it's like that could be a sketch that we do for Empty Head Buffet, is like it's two people on a phone call and it's like, hey, did you get the files? Yeah, I got the files. The transfer's ready to go. Okay, this everything's about to go down. Beep. And then like
the other guy on the end's like, all right, where should we meet? Hello? Fuck? Are you still? You just hang up on me? What the fuck?
I kind of picture he's like, okay, all right, everything's about to go down. Beep, and then like it's like 2 seconds later, and they just hear deedle 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 deedle. Hello?
Yeah, he calls him.
Did you just fucking hang up on me, dude? Yeah, I think I lost you. What do you mean? No, the call. I think it cut out. I think I gotta talk about my phone plan, man.
You didn't say goodbye or nothing.
I'm sorry. I just thought we were on the same page. You know, I said it's about to go down. I felt like that was like a good point to look, man. Like we're about to do a dangerous mission together. I don't know if I'll ever hear from you again, man. Like, I love you, man. I'm just trying to say, like, I hope things go well tomorrow. We're about to embark on something big here, man. So I love you, and I'll see you later. But this right now, this feels, the way you're hanging up on me like this, I don't feel right about it.
I deserve at least a simple goodbye. I mean,
yeah. I mean, we're really embarking on quite the venture here. So the least you could do is say goodbye when we get off the phone. I don't know, man. You've been weird lately. Maybe I don't want to do that.
I'm getting cold feet about this whole mission.
You're hanging up on people when you used to say goodbye at the end of every phone call. I remember.
You've changed, man. You've changed. This whole. I like it.
Yeah. Take movie scenario or movie tropes. We could just like literally scroll through TV tropes and be like, oh yeah, I remember this one. What would be a funny take on this? Not that we have to go down that, because that would get kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just one of many options.
Yeah.
It's good to.
Put it in a
we're
pocket.
not doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
Different stuff. All right. Got my guide drawn. Frames.
Get those frames going. Look at that guy. Look at that guy right there. I like it.
Ian, have you watched anything lately? What have you been up to lately? Anything new? You're allowed to say no.
Yeah, honestly, I've just been watching a bunch of like YouTube garbage lately.
Yeah.
Oh, I will say,
YouTubes.
I like my YouTubes. I've been watching a lot of Golden Girls with Mom. You know, that I've been doing.
How's it been?
It's good. Oh no! I pressed the button. I pressed this button, the power button on my Wacom, and then I hit it again. No, I like it. Golden Girls is funny. I'm starting to get I have a good sense of all the characters now, and I can sort of like see, like now I'm at a point where I've watched enough of the show where like I can imagine a character's reaction to an event, and for the most part, I'm not too far off. And I kind of like know their like behaviors that like, you know, are typical of that character. Like Betty White's always going on these stories about back home in Gestard or wherever the fuck she's from. She's always using like fucking Norse words.
I haven't ever really watched much Golden Girls. It was on a lot when I was a kid, but I don't really remember too much of it.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people really say it holds up pretty well.
It does, I think. Yeah, it's a very good show. I think it's very funny. They have some lines I'm surprised they got away with on TV in the 80s. Especially with Blanche. Oh my god, now I'm forgetting. Now I'm like doubting my knowledge of the character's name.
Blanche is the redheaded one, right?
Yeah, she's like the Southern Belle. She's my favorite. Yeah. Just because like I think her way of talking is just hilarious to listen to just right out the gate. The way she just goes full Southern Belle with it is very funny to me. Because I think that's just a funny voice. But she's always like she's just horny all the time. So she's always just like talking, like she's always just trying to get laid, or you know, fucking over her friends so that she can get laid.
Right.
And sometimes she'll just like go off on these tangents and start imagining like scenarios, like erotic scenarios, and she'll just like just go out like be in her own. It's very funny. And she's hilarious. She I think she's got the funniest, the greatest jokes. I mean, Sophia's great too, because Sophia, the mom. I mean, they're all great. I don't know, what can I say? I love all the characters. I think they all bring something funny to the show.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's a great show. Sophia's the mom. She's always going, picture this, and then she goes on a story like about Italy.
She's like the little like oldest one, right?
Yeah, which is funny too, because like the actress was like around the same age, or and younger than some of her co-actresses.
Oh, gotcha. That's
on
funny.
The show. Yeah. But there are actually episodes where they do flashbacks to like when Dorothy was in her like 20s or 30s, and like when Sophia, the mom, Dorothy is Sophia's daughter. You know, when Sophia's like 50, and then that's when she gets to like take off all the makeup and be like look like Estelle Getty does, which is just interesting too to see. And they have like a completely different actress playing like 20 to 30-year-old Dorothy, and I'm like, you could have just colored her hair. I think you should have just colored her hair and it would have been fine. It's just weird to see her played by a completely different woman, and I'm like, just color her hair maybe. I don't know.
It's funny some of the choices they make that just seem so wrong. Like, this is kind of different, but it's just like a classic, like, why did you do this in this movie that's like so perfect? Otherwise, we were watching Back to the Future, and when he goes to sing, like famously, it's like they couldn't have gotten a voice further away from his when he sings at the end.
Yeah, it is an interesting aspect of it.
It's funny. Even like we were watching it with Morgan's nephew who had never seen it before, and he like started laughing at that part immediately just because it's so like it's so wrong. Like, not even just like, oh, it doesn't sound like him. It's like it's literally like the might as well. It's not close at all. Not even barely.
They weren't trying. They didn't. I
guess not. Yeah, but like his voice is like squeaky and like he's oh geez, and then
geez, Doc.
And then the guy singing is like
Chuck Berry.
it's like this like gravelly like, but like a really good singer, and it sounds nothing like him, not even close. And it's really funny. But it's like, why did you do this?
That's very
you know
funny.
Better. Nope, you can't tell me when this was made. You were like, no one will know. This is very convincing. No one will know. Movie magic.
You know what's interesting though is, you know, we've made enough things. There are probably mistakes that we've made that are, you know, not to the same level because we don't get like Hollywood releases, but mistakes that are as bad in probably one or two of our things. I'm sure we've done it.
Oh well, our thing, sure, but like we don't have a city of like a 200 people working on our project type thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's
like a budget. You know.
Yeah, no, we're a homebrew operation, so we're not gonna have quite the mistakes that they're gonna have on that on the movies. Magic of movies.
Did I mention? Saw Oppenheimer. I think I talked about that last week, didn't I?
Yeah. Yeah, you did. Yeah, because you talked about the ending line being so depressing, and then it's just like
right.
Let's go to Barbie.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, we'll move on from that then. But right. It was good.
Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've really watched anything substantial.
It's all right.
Played more Diablo.
Nice. How you feeling about that? They supposedly are going to buff some characters soon, mainly sorcerer and barbarian.
Nice.
So you're two guys.
I'm very lucky on that front. I also heard, so they said that they were gonna do like crowd, so like, you know, my biggest complaint about the game, I've checked and apparently other people have been complaining about being crowd controlled in the game too, being like frozen all the time.
Yeah.
Fucking being like, just like, so you can't use your skills, and so you can, and then just like being stuck and getting hurt for like 3 seconds, like so long. It's so annoying in that game. So apparently I'm not the only one who's been complaining about that, which makes me feel better. And then during like one of their fireside chats they had, they said, I guess, that they were going to address that. So, but they said that like we're going to give you more tools to fight crowd control. And it's like, nah, dude, just fucking stop. Just have less characters freeze me or have me be frozen for like not 3 seconds. You know, I don't know. There's like a number of things I could do to easily fix that. And it's like, why?
Bro, they're going to freeze you, bro. You're getting froze.
I'm gonna get froze. So supposedly they like released a hotfix that made crowd control better, but I ain't seeing it, and I've watched a couple other videos, and I don't think people are seeing it in general. And then, you know, Path of Exile 2 just had like a whole con, I guess. They had, or like an announcement thing. I don't know if you saw any of that.
I didn't. I heard some little things, but I didn't really get to see it.
Gotcha. Well, Path of Exile 2 is coming out. They're gonna keep Path of Exile 1 open up, like, you know, still free. Path of Exile 2, I think, is also going to be free. And what they showed off...
God bless them.
Yeah, right? And I think what they showed off at the con... I mean, people have constantly said that the best action RPG, the genre of game that Diablo is, it has been consistently Path of Exile for, like, quite a while.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, when Path of Exile 2, like, did its whole announcement trailer thing, I think it was like a 2-hour presentation or some shit like that on just Path of Exile 2. And probably about elements of Path of Exile 1 that they were like updating or, you know, adding as the release approaches. But just from what I've heard, everyone's like, oh yeah, fuck Diablo. Path of Exile 2 is gonna eat Diablo's lunch.
Right. And
so
that's okay. I mean, if somebody does it better, then that's all right. I like Diablo's like aesthetic, and so that's why I like wanted it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying myself. Don't get me wrong. But
well, the nice thing is Path of Exile.
I was like, hoping it would be
same aesthetic,
like the best. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down to play that when it comes out.
Yeah. I mean, we should. I mean, I think it would be fun to play a little bit of Path of Exile 1. I don't know when 2 comes out. I think it's soonish.
Did you and Austin and Kyle play Path of Exile?
I played the first one. I never played it with anyone, as far as I remember.
Oh, gotcha. I thought, what was the game that you three were playing? I mean, I know it's a million games, but like I thought there was one that was like a.
Oh yeah. We were playing something too.
RPG type thing.
It's also got the word exile in it. Is the funny thing.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why I was getting confused.
Yeah. Fuck. Something Exile 2. It's like a D&D game.
But right, but it was pretty like hard, right? Or like complicated?
It's very hard, it's very in-depth, and like because we were all playing and like there's so much you can do in the game, like the options are very, very impressive in it. Like elements that would normally take a player a decent amount of time to like really explore everything were taking us like, you know, twice or 3 times as long.
Sure.
And also sometimes we would make decisions that would like fuck over the whole team. And like we were like, wait, no. Or Kyle would murder just a random mother and child along the pathway, and
so it is like D&D.
Yeah, exactly.
I just saw this TikTok that was is like anytime my party in Dungeons and Dragons meets NPC character, and it's the clip from Breaking Bad where Todd waves at the little kid on the dirt bike for a second, and then he all of a sudden he just reaches and pulls his gun out
and shoots
him. And Jesse's like, no, and then it cuts it right there.
That's
it's pretty dead on. There's always one person in the party that's just like,
yeah, I'm
just gonna kill everybody and be a psychopath, and you all have to deal with the consequences.
Yep. Which is very interesting. I looked at it, I remember it's Divinity Original Sin. Exile was
yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know why I thought Exile was in the title. I could have swore it.
Divinity Original Exiles of Sin.
Because you are exiled in the beginning of the game, though. Like the game starts with you as a literal exile. It's 100% it. It's not an excuse at all. At all.
It was thoughtful. You said it for a reason.
Yeah. Duh. Dickhead.
I didn't know Path of Exile was free though. That's cool.
Oh yeah, always been. It started out like, and they've just been adding to it constantly since its release. And the only thing that you can pay money for like cosmetics, and I think that's it.
Well, why haven't I been playing this? What's going on?
You should. I think you'd have a lot of fun. It's like going for that same grim sort of atmosphere as Diablo. It doesn't have like the Judeo-Christian sort of like overtones, like you know.
I think dark fantasy than
yeah,
like
just generic dark fantasy.
Good versus evil.
Yeah, it's funny that like Diablo is sort of this like RPG that like takes the Christian like sort of I don't know, lore and like turns it into like this dark fantasy, which is a very interesting take on dark fantasy, I think.
Yeah.
And I think they do well with it. I think what they do is very cool. But yeah, so Path of Exile has like a similar aesthetic. It's just not doing the, you know, heaven, hell, angels, Satan thing. It's just more like, cause like the game's called Path of Exile because you basically get sent to dark fantasy Australia back in the, like when it was like a colony where like Britain like shipped off all of its prisoners to like Australia, you know, like that's basically what's like, you're a prisoner, you've been shipped off to dark fantasy Australia. And then you just, and like, you know, the second chapter like has you like fucking things up and doing this and that. And it's a lot of fun. And it's like a very long game now because they just kept adding to it so constantly. So there's like, it's very in depth. There's a lot of like it's like the most in depth of its genre, I would say. And that's why people love it.
Play it.
I think it'd be great.
Although,
yeah, I think.
Kind of Diablo-ing still right now, but I mean, I've kind of done a lot of it. I don't know. I'm kind of in my head what my, I mean, this was before you mentioned this game. Now got me like curious, but I was kind of planning on just Diablo-ing for another like month until Starfield comes out, and then playing that a lot.
There you go.
If it's good.
Yeah, I feel you.
I play it a lot, even if it's not good, to be honest.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you can sink hours into it. But yeah, if you are interested in Path of Exiling at some point, it'd be cool. It's definitely like also very good. It's like
yeah, I've been hearing lots of good things. I just didn't realize it was free, or else I would have probably played it already.
It's a big download. It's like, I think it's like 60 gigs or some shit like that. Might be more.
60 gigs, that's chump change. I throw gigs in the fire for fun. Like I light my cigar with a gigabyte. I just take a gigabyte.
Right. Roll it up. Rolling up gigabytes, setting them ablaze.
Exactly.
No, yeah, we should play Path of Exile whenever you're comfortable. You know, I'm not like rushing you to do it or anything like that. But if you're ever like, yeah, I think I'm ready to play some Poe, as it can be acronymed to.
Wow, you're one of those. You know acronyms. Speak. That means that you're like you're like a gamer.
I'm hip to the lingo.
Yeah, you are, dude. Yeah, you are.
I'm hip to the lingo. Okay, I'm not gonna do that voice anymore. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely play that. When's the next one come out?
You know, that's a great question. Yeah. I'm just gonna type Poe 2. The Path of Exile 2's closed beta will feature the full game.
Wow.
It's not happening until June 2024, so we got time before Path of Exile 2 comes out. But Path of Exile 2, like, they showed off its features, and I'm like, damn, this game looks great. And guess what? It's got a dodge roll mechanic. It doesn't have a recharge.
Oh. Yeah.
You can just dodge roll whenever the fuck you want. When there's a area of effect attack, though, you can't dodge roll. I don't think it gives you iframes. It gives you iframes against like spells and like basic attacks, but like when there's a big circle and you got to get the fuck out of the circle, you got to be out of the circle. It's not gonna save you, I think, in that instance. I think it should. I love iframes, but I get it.
Right.
But
well, now you've piqued my interest. I want to play it now.
Cool. I'm glad. Yeah. 1 is very good. It's a very balanced experience. There's a great feature for it. I think we should play Path of Exile 1 in hardcore mode. Hear me out.
Scary. But...
Hear me out.
Okay.
And 1, because Path of Exile is so well balanced, especially with 2 of us playing, I think we'll do pretty well. I've tried it before and I've gotten to like chapter 3 before dying. But here's the other thing. When your character dies in hardcore mode, they just get sent to the normal realm. And it's like you don't lose the character. You get to still play that character. You just don't play on the hardcore server.
You can't play it as a hardcore character anymore.
Yeah.
But you get to keep everything.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'll do that.
Cool.
What a great design.
I know, right? Go figure. Now that I think about it, though, I'm trying to. There is also like, I think there's like two types of hardcore. I think there's like regular hardcore, and then there's like super hardcore or something like that, where it's like you can't even.
I'm sure, yeah.
No, it's where you can't like trade with people, and you can't like do social aspects. Like you're completely on your own or something.
And
like
you
that.
gotta drink water every 2 hours. And
yeah.
Gotta take
Watch
dumps.
a food meter. Take the dump meter. That'd be an okay.
Oh, you got a lot of poopy. That's what Ark did.
That's true. It did. I'm brainstorming.
But they would just fall out of your butt. You'd be walking around, and your character would just be like, and there's just like a giant turd like on your floor, and you're like, what?
You got pooped.
You could use it for certain things, and then you'd have like a. So you start saving it, and then you have like a chest full of shit, and you're like, I'm storing shit.
Box.
I'm gonna use for this. What is going on?
It's my shit in a box. Yeah, it's an interesting. Ark is a very weird game. I'm not sure. I have very conflicting feelings about Ark.
Yeah, I think overall I don't like it.
Yeah, that's my main feeling.
A lot of the mechanics that are like required for you to like play the game it was intended are
dog shit.
Terrible. Especially like the taming system, which is like, you know,
it's like
putting dinosaurs to work is kind of like the whole purpose of the game, but like that system itself is like the most annoying thing ever. You have to like basically like you knock them out, and then you have to like put berries onto their unconscious body for a period. There's like a timer that ticks down depending on how difficult the creature, and then you have to just keep like adding berries during that timer, and if it runs out, it won't work. So you have to just keep like tending to this like unconscious thing and adding berries, and it's just like, god damn it.
Yeah,
not
this
fun.
Sucks. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I've never had fun with Ark. I've tried.
I've had fun with it, but I stop having fun with it before I get too far, and then I uninstall it.
Yeah, which is a shame too, because like Ark came out with this free map, and it was like this, like, you know, it's like you can start a server on this map, and what it is a giant cube, and the goal is you're supposed to like dig deeper into the cube, because like you'll find new biomes and like a boss monster like at the end of like this trail. Like there's like an actual like ending to the map, and it's kind of like, oh, that's cool. It's like it's going inside like you have to like solve the mystery of the cube you're on or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and it's free. Yeah, that's great. I wish the game didn't suck.
How do you feel about taking a short little break?
I think we should. You know, I was actually thinking about bringing that up earlier, and then I think I went on my crazy Path of Exile rant.
Hey man, I got Path of Exile downloading in the background right now.
Do you really?
So that's the thing.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get that going too.
Maybe we should wait till after the show if we're. I don't know. Can you download and stream?
I'm gonna wait till after the show. Yeah, no. But you know, when you're, you know, sometimes you go and you do your own thing after the show for a little bit, and I'll start the download.
Cool. All right, let's take a little break, and we'll be back in like 3 to 5 minutes.
Right, see ya. Wow. We should just make weird noises in the show now. That should just be our thing.
That's our new thing. Always.
So you guys
speak.
Yeah, we don't speak at all. We just go.
We're back.
You know, I didn't mention this during the show. I messaged you this after it happened because I was so happy about this decision. But at the wedding I was at, I'm saying this more for the show than for you. But
yeah, no, I understand.
The person, so like the song that the parents and then the bride and the groom all walked out to, was the Space Jam theme song, which was an inspired decision.
It is. I'm a big fan of that.
I felt honestly like that song was picked for me because I am such a Space Jam fanatic, and this is a roommate who I have gone on many a tirade to about Space Jam. He was there. I
didn't realize you were a Space Jam fanatic.
I'm a Space Jamatic. What can I say?
So you think the original movie is quality picture?
No, I don't think it's a good movie. I'm obsessed with it for some strange reason.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. I don't know. It hit me at like a very formative year of my childhood, and so I feel like my personality is.
I watched the fuck out of it as a kid.
Oh,
I watched
absolutely.
Over and over. I was given the
watch
VHS
it like twice a day.
A birthday party. I didn't know it existed because I didn't really. I mean, when you're little, I don't blame my parents, but I didn't really go to the movies.
Right.
For a long time, really. I mean, occasionally, but not like. I mean, I think some parents, and rightfully so, I would if I was a parent. But like some parents, like, all right, to entertain my kid, I'm gonna take him to see movies that are in theaters. My parents were like, kind of frugal and like, I don't know. It just that wasn't really a big thing. We go once in a while. We watch a lot of movies, but we just watch them at home.
Right.
And so I didn't go to the theater that often. So a lot of times, like, somebody would give us like, for like a birthday, like a VHS, something I'd never heard of in my entire life, and I would pop it in and my mind would be blown.
Yeah.
I know I got Space Jam for one of my birthdays, and I was like, holy shit. I watched it like a million times.
I watched Space Jam so many times as a child.
But I didn't know of its existence. Like, it probably was newly on video, but I didn't know it was in theaters a little bit before that or anything like that.
I'm trying to think. I don't have a lot of memories of going to the theater as a youngin'. So I feel like I went to.
But...
I feel like I saw Shazam, or Kazam, I guess, with Shaq. You know, I feel like I saw Kazam.
I think I did too. Actually, well, actually, no, I don't know if I did or not. Yeah.
I feel like. I feel like that's the only movie I have like a really explicit. I feel like I may have seen Shrek in theaters.
I didn't see Shrek in theaters. But I do remember renting it and watching it.
Yeah, I don't know. And like I saw Pirates of the Caribbean one in theaters.
One of my brothers. Yeah, I did too, but I was older at that point.
Yeah, that was like around the age when I started to be able to like just like go to the movies if I wanted to and be like,
gotcha.
Go to the movies. That was like the beginning of that. Sorry, go ahead.
I would go to the movies a lot once I got a little bit older. Like before I was able to go by myself. I mean, I started to become like aware of what was coming out, and my parents would take me to stuff. But like when I was younger, I had no idea what was coming to theaters or anything like that.
Yeah, I feel like my parents just gave us like a VHS of something, and then we'd watch the fuck out of it, and then I
just remember a few movies that were like, somebody's like, watch this tape, and then I was just like, oh my god! Like I found out about them from that, and they weren't even super old. Like I know for one of my brother's birthdays, and he's like 2.5 years older than me. Somebody gave him a copy of Dumb and Dumber, and I had never heard of it. And it was still fairly new at that point, but I had never even heard of it. And I had found out about it from the tape being handed to me, and then I proceeded to watch it 1,000 times or more.
Yeah. Watched a lot of Dumb and Dumber. Watched a lot of Ace Ventura.
Yeah, oh yeah. A lot of Ace Ventura.
Movies we probably shouldn't have.
Right.
No, but that's fine.
Not appropriate. I think it's fine.
We turned out all right.
I think it's fine. I think some people can handle it and some people can't. Yeah. And parents should probably be aware of what their kid can handle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If your kid can't or handle or has not handled it, fucking tell them about it.
Yeah, use it as a learning experience, and then maybe hold off on showing them more of that stuff.
Yeah.
Or while the movie's playing, pay attention and be like, oh, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't be. We're gonna turn this off. Maybe we shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
If your kid's reacting in a weird way.
Yeah, or just like have a chat or be like, okay, so in this movie, they did this. Don't ever fucking do that. If you do that, you will die.
That's bad.
That's a no-no.
Yeah, I don't know. I've discussed it a lot of times, my whole upbringing with movies. Once we were old enough to babysit ourselves, we basically would walk up to the video store and just rent everything, and just everything. And the people working there, it was like a little, like, it wasn't like a Blockbuster chain. It was like just like a mom and pop video store, and they would just be like, are you supposed to be renting this to your parents? Okay. And we're like, yeah. And they're like, okay. And that was the end of it. And we just rent everything. So I watched a lot of stuff I shouldn't be watching. And I don't know. I'm fine, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're a very normal person. You are a normal human being.
Yeah.
I mean, you got married. I mean, you tricked somebody into loving you. So
Yeah, only normal people get married.
You at least, I mean,
only normal people with good brains.
Only good normal head people do the marriage dance.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. I'm not saying that I should have watched it and that it was like totally fine that I watched all of it. I just think
you heathen.
I had a pretty good grasp on that kind of stuff, or like, you know, the difference between reality and a movie.
Yeah,
I was very into, like, I read a lot back then, and I don't know, I was into like just stories of all kinds, and I'd make my own. Me and my friends would be making movies in the backyard with like our camera, and so I was just like, I think saw them for what they were, and even if I was watching something that was like, I don't know, something I shouldn't see, it didn't affect me that much outside of me being like maybe like a little more crude like amongst my friends.
So what you're saying is that watching those movies has turned you into a psycho killer. Qu'est-ce que c'est? I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm coming to visit soon, so.
Oh no, that's right.
time to kill.
2 weeks.
Time to do a kill.
Time to do a murder on me.
You're going to get a kill done. I'm going to do a kill on you.
You're going to do a murder on my face and head and bones.
Right, I will murder your bones.
You will murder each and all of my 150 bones. I know that is less than the normal number of bones, but I lost them. Somebody stole my bones before. Do not be frightened.
Who took your bones?
I don't know.
Who took your bones?
Who took your bones? What if that was a Hall & Oates song? Oh, who took your bones?
That was one they left in the drafts. They're like, eh.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the same.
She's a bone stealer. Oh, who took your bones? Okay. It's not a knockoff life. It's not quite to that level of cleverness, unfortunately.
No. They can't all be, you know.
No, they can't all be winners.
Who are you, Weird Al Yankovic?
What a tiring job. God bless the man. I haven't heard a bad thing about him. Just like doing such faithful parodies, like making the like fake lyrics so similar, like having the same rhyme structure as the original lyrics, and like just so.
Yeah.
Like it's hard work, man. That's tough. That man puts a lot of work, and then he would do like genre parodies. Like I loved his genre parodies, you know, where they weren't like about a specific song, but they were sort of like, he had that one song, Dare to Be Stupid, that was just sort of like a Devo pastiche.
Yeah, and he did a number of those. There was a lot, actually.
I love those. I think those are great.
Yeah.
But he was smart. He was a businessman, and he was like, if I fucking parody Gangster's Paradise, I'm gonna get sued.
As businessmen do.
As businessmen do. Oh, who took your bones?
Funny.
Yeah. Oh, who took... I'm sorry, I messed up. Somebody's texting. Mom's texting me attachments. But it's jobs.
She's sending you Golden Girl memes.
She is, that's right. Oh, who took your bones? I'm sorry, I messed up. I'm gonna punch that one in. I know. I'm gonna punch that into the zeitgeist.
If you do it enough times. What is it? If you do it for 10,000 hours, isn't that how it works? It becomes part of the zeitgeist.
That's 100% accurate, and you are not telling a false lie at all. Which is different than a true lie, because True Lies has Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. And they're also making that as a TV show, that looks bad.
Why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Why are they going and doing that?
I don't know.
Did anyone ask them not to?
I did.
They didn't listen.
I mean, I'm sure they're not doing it right now because of this all the strikes happening. But
Right. It'll give them some time to sleep on it and decide this is a bad idea.
yeah. Oh, who took your bones? I
just feel like the time. I feel like when they come off of the strikes, there's some quality shit because like people have just been like cooking.
Yeah.
Been,
Yeah,
like,
people have been cooking. And like cooking like stuff that like, you know, they wanted to make and not like, oh yeah, I was cooking another Transformers reboot or some shit like that, you know?
No, dude, they're doing the Beast Wars now.
That's right. They sure did.
They're doing them.
And that trailer was awful.
Yeah,
I was just so mad about
good.
I was mad about the cover song that they did, you know? Like it was just like a really shitty
What was it? It was something
cover.
weird. I'm trying to remember.
I don't. It was like a rap song, I want to say. It was something from the 90s that they remixed and made it shitty and trailer-like. And it was bad. I'm gonna look it up. It's gonna bother me now.
Trailers are bad a lot of times now. They try to make like little like fan movies, it feels like.
Yeah.
And I hate them. And I try to not watch them because they just spoil everything and they're not good.
Yeah. They like sometimes they just give the whole game up. Like
most times, especially with like big movies, because I think it's like if it's something as stupid as like Transformers, they're like these people are gonna see it. They know their audience. They're like they're gonna see it.
They don't give a shit about the plot. They just want to watch the
show them the whole movie. Yeah,
yeah,
show them the whole movie in like a little short version, and then they're gonna go see it, no matter what.
And then that way, they already know the story. They're not gonna be surprised or scared by anything.
If you're watching something more artsy, they tend to keep more of a secret because they know their audience as well. But when it comes to like those types of movies, they're like, here's the whole movie. Here's what happens. Here's the story arc. You're gonna go see it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna hear this trailer song real quick.
Is it like in the jungle?
No. Oh my god. Oh, I think I'd. Wait.
Oh.
That's a different one.
Rough Riders Roll?
This might be it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying not to watch the fucking trailer. I'm just trying to find like a telltale snippet, you know?
Ah, dude, give him a click.
This does sound like that. Oh, you know that one? Is that the one you're? That is what they were.
DMX.
Yeah, that is what they were covering for this one. But like the trailer that came out last year, there it is. I think I found it. This is the one that had like the more. Blah. I don't want to watch the trailer. I just want to hear the.
Sorry, you gotta watch.
God, I hate this.
They love to do that thing now where they're like, it's that song we all know, but we've turned it into like put like some giant like tribal drums behind it.
Yeah, like turn it into a Hans Zimmer fucking knockoff.
Yeah, but we put a Hans Zimmer knockoff over an ABBA song for this trailer to get you hype.
Oh wait.
You can just. Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. If you don't know now, you know. And then I think that yeah. Still terrible, awful.
Yeah.
Oh. Now I want to hear Rough Riders Roll again. I'm gonna listen to that song after this episode's over. Speaking of which, Brandon.
Yes, Ian.
For the bookend, you got anything you want to plug?
Yeah. Check out the DrawBomb YouTube and the DrawBomb TikTok. Lots of quality things over there.
Instagram.
The DrawBomb
Twitter or X, I guess.
Yeah, check out our X. But we're making cartoons over there. We've been Empty Head Buffet is the name of the collaboration we've been doing, and lots of shorts over there. A lot of fun. We've been having fun making them.
At some point, I will edit Critter Cam 5.
Oh, sorry.
No, sorry. I was just I'm gonna edit Critter Cam 5 at some point. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Stay tuned to our channel because all the stuff we're working on is gonna be more. I mean, I think some of our viewers like the sketches and some of them like the improv stuff more, and we're doing both. We're gonna be doing more improv stuff again soon, so follow along for that.
Yeah, be a good little fan and fucking
consume our content.
Consume it.
Obey.
Obey. How the fuck do I do this logo? I'm terrible at logos, man. I hate it. I'm bad at logos.
What logo are you trying to do?
Of DrawBomb Tonight. I finished my cowboy, by the way. He's done.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's done.
I got my guy looking pretty done here.
You sure do. I think it's a good puppet right there. It's a good puppet.
I'll add some more stuff to him, but that's the basic.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about this fucking logo.
Well, we can work together on it at some point.
That'd be nice. You tend to do better with logos than I do. I think you have a bit of a better eye for that stuff.
You also do good too. I don't know.
Oh, well,
I think you're just doubting yourself a little too much there.
I'm just not a fan of typography.
Yeah, I usually just have Morgan do it all because she actually studied graphic design. And
Nice.
so I just have her do it all for me when we work on stuff.
Lucky.
Have her help me. Yeah, that's why I married her, to help my workflow.
Yeah. It was all a clever ruse.
DrawBomb.
DrawBomb. Uncut.
I'm assuming it's the same, but do you have anything you want to add? Ian?
Check out DrawBomb on YouTube. Check out DrawBomb on TikTok, on Instagram, on Newgrounds. Well, actually, on Newgrounds, it's just we are individually credited.
Oh yeah, Newgrounds. Doing it over there too.
Yeah.
Can't check it out with DrawBomb, but you know, stuff's there.
Stuff, you can check it out with the names that we are. Mostly mine.
Yeah.
Your action clock on the site.
The name that I am. I think I can change. Nah, I'll probably change that.
You can probably change it, yeah.
My guy looks like he's
really pushing
now.
a poop out. He is very pink.
Yeah, he's.
I love it. I'm excited to see what voice whoever. I feel like Austin would love to play that character too. I feel like Austin.
Yeah.
Would,
We'll make a few of these.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited to see it all come together because I have so much fun doing it.
Me too. I'm excited to get back to doing some of the improv stuff. The sketches are fun. I do feel like having both the sketches and the improv just kind of adds more broadness to our channel. Kind of gives us, and it's more content. You know, and we gotta keep those.
Gotta feed the beast.
Gotta keep those content machines rolling. Gotta feed the coffers. Right. Anyways, go check me out on Spotify. Listen to my fucking songs so that Spotify will pay me $1 maybe in a year or two. I don't know.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Z-Newts, Crazy Kyle. Thanks for subscribing again. Liz Daisy. We appreciate all of you.
Leviathan Den, I think, popped
Leviathan
in.
Den. Yes. Yes, sorry. I had to redo my browser, so I usually scroll through the chat and like.
Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, and then it only goes so far.
Bad.
It's kind of.
I don't want to forget nobody. But
it's good. It's good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Don't forget Bell Bell Rocket, even though she wasn't here today.
Yeah, she's just here in spirit.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya. We just wave silently. Wave silently.